Hey guys, Team Rec here. We have Eric Niemi, who just got third place at the Yugi Olympics here at Locals. He won himself this bronze medal. He ended up playing Adventure Prank Kids, and his record was 4 wins, 0 losses, and 2 draws. Prank Kids always winning in time. So, yeah, let's get into the deck. What was your matchups?
All right, so for matchups, let's see here. I don't even remember my first round, but let me gather myself.
It's just how easy it was.
Yeah. First round I actually played against a True Draco ABC deck. Strong strategies back in the day, but you throw them together and you go against Brave. It's kind of an uphill battle for the guy, so that was a 2-0. Then I ended up facing, the man behind the lens. It was a mirror match. It was Adventure Prank Kids versus Adventure Prank Kids. Only difference was I was rocking a 45 card build and 54, I believe, for
Yep.
Chris. That was a very grindy match. Just ended up tying, so I was 101 there. And then following that, I had to play, I believe, oh my God, who did I play
Santiago?
after? I played Santiago last. I'm not sure what that matchup was. It wasn't relevant. I started getting into the kind of harder matchups when round 4 started, I believe. So it was Plunder I played against. They were kind of like a blind going second build. So I got to go first, which is awesome. It's a very hard board to break because it doesn't make itself apparent. It's kind of a low-key setup, and then it establishes itself after they do things. So he wasn't really able to break the board effectively, and that was a 2-0. Then I had to face Branded, Despia. That was just a hell of a grind. Game 1 probably took about 35 minutes, I believe. I had great control of the game. I thought I was getting that one quick, but the grind of that deck is unmatched. He broke through his own Dragoon, a droplet, and impermanence of mine. Crazy stuff. I probably will build that deck next. And then my final round, 6 rounds. Who did I play in the finals? I had to play another Branda Despia, and I had the luxury of winning in time there. Classic Prank Kids. But yeah, so all in all, it was very branded heavy. We theorized that that would be the case, so this deck's actually kind of built in a way to counter it and steal that game 1. So without further ado, we'll jump into the deck profile. So
You said 45 cards?
it was a 45 card build. So we'll start with our Brave engine here. So you got your monsters. I'll get into the spells when we get into the spells, but not much to say about this. Just great consistency. It's you're always going in circles with this and right. You just need to make sure you can keep your Griffin, Fateful, and Equip established. That's always the grind part of things, but it's a great engine, supplements the Prank Kids deck very nicely. So I'm going with DPE package. I don't think I saw these very often. I actually searched Celestial one game just so I could have a discard for Dragoon when I took it with Dark, and then my Dark died and I had no cards in hand. So you know what? It's a brick, but it was a useful brick.
Yeah.
So those are the situational things that will come up. So we're already at the hand traps. A little bit unconventional. I don't play Ash, so we'll just lay them out here. Pretty slim on the hand traps. I guess we can include impermanence in the same breath here.
It's very slim compared to a lot of other builds.
Yeah. A lot of people were playing 3 Ogre. I get that, but it sucks against Branded. And same as Nib. I just wanted 1 Nib to see it when it mattered and have it for crossout. I don't need, multiple hand traps to always win. I'm fine with grinding on turn 3. You know, these are great against a Luber, so those were awesome there. Not much to say about those. Kind of the low-key MVP in the hand trap lineup. You know, branded in red. You need to crow there, of course. And this is going to help you make the Dark Charmer that came up actually once, and then like I mentioned, I managed to reborn a Dragoon off of it, and that really swung the game. So really interesting card. And then, you know, I kind of call this the new Ash, the Ghost Bell.
That's really good.
And the whole thing with it is if this effect includes, so if they're not even activating that effect and it includes that effect in it, then it essentially can even function as an Ash, like when someone uses Enchantress, for example. So not much to say about the hand traps. It's mainly to support crossout and situational grind scenarios. Not gonna say much here, but 45, but I'm playing 3s of these and 2 of that. I just really wanted to see Prank Kids. I'm probably not the best pilot of this deck. I just picked it up. I felt like it was one of the strongest options, and it grinds, but I really want to see these. I don't even mind having extra in hand. It comes up with setting up place if things don't go as planned. So nothing much to say there, and now we're already at the spells. So this is my prank lineup for spells. I did have 3 plays, and I was even considering 1 terraforming 3 plays, but with my monster count so high, I wanted to just keep it slim and trim with these. And then of course these are fine as one-offs. They always come up during the combo. There's no need to draw into them or anything like that. Nice if you do. And I like just having the monster. I don't like having to open up a window of interaction to get to the monster. I want to just drop it and see what they can do to stop it. Now we're at the Brave stuff. I'm not gonna say much here. That's your standard, well, sometimes Too Fateful could be played, but little slim and trim here with this sort of deck. And then I guess we were just talking about how this is a little bit unconventional. I don't have any more alties, so I'm just gonna have to run 1. No, but I personally am a fan of 1. I don't like to rely on it too much. If I see it, that's cool, but I can go into Verte pretty much 100% of the time, so there's no need to really be redundant. So that's why I play 1. This is probably the MVP. You're just manipulating board states. You can remove monsters from the field with this to have things pop off, and you know, this is also great against those daunting multi-fusion Despia boards. You can just clear through them with ease. I don't know, it's probably the best quick play in the game as far as generic cards go, but this is where I guess you want to say it's a little spicy, but I was expecting branded to be an issue. So maining the 2 super poly, very useful. Came up a lot. They can't stop it, so I don't know. I just think in and of itself, well. Yeah, great card. And yeah, in the mirror, didn't see it in the mirror. Yeah, and then you kind of just got your heavy hitters, your old school cards that, you know, these always stand the test of time in deck lists.
How was the instant fusion? Because not a lot of lists are playing that.
Yeah, I noticed they're trending away from instant fusion. Unfortunately, it didn't come up. There were some lines where I felt like using it, but it's mainly just to have that security when you think they have Ash and you don't really have a way to deal with it. You can just go straight into the Link 2 with a fusion and a prank, but it didn't get to really shine, so oh well. Okay, so extra. These are just my various tokens. I'll start with kind of the spicier stuff, standard stuff. That's my super poly target. I like that quick effect. It really it just makes sense. Like, that's a really powerful line of play when you're super polying into that. I actually had the pleasure of a little bit of super poly action from Chris, and I believe he went to DPE with my Celestial,
I think so. Yeah, just
something
normal
like that.
7.
So that's why super poly's kind of cool. It shuts down that whole DPE thing. So there is kind of more than one way to get that out. You just need the help of your opponent usually, and then I thought that was the best super poly target. 2 link spiders. 2 didn't really come up, but you want to have them. Great in, Nibiru scenarios.
You also have the Brave token and the Prank token if they ever need to be.
Exactly. You probably will go into it in a grind. It just didn't happen. Verte, really no explanation needed there. Access code. Here's where our first shout out takes effect. Actually, our second. I forgot to mention the Super Polys are courtesy of Mr. Kevin Roberts.
That's actually my Link Spider as well.
And that's actually Chris's Link Spider. So yeah, we have a little bit of borrowing action going on. Shout out to having great friends to help you out. Nothing really to say about access code though. It's just raw power. Still on the kind of generic things. Yeah, so probably, yeah, it's crazy. Comes up a lot more than you think. Yeah.
Even if it gets popped, you can search that DD Crow.
Exactly. So if you didn't use DD
So if you
Crow to
didn't
make
get
it,
DPE out of it,
yeah.
you can just banish it.
So it's one of those situational stars, but it does come up more than you think. Unicorn starting to be another kind of mainstay index again, which I love to see. It's not destruction, so it's a little more versatile for removal. I played the 2 fusions there. Didn't really come up. I think this helped me in time when I don't think it really actually mattered, but I didn't get these out too much, but I know they're valuable to have, and you have so much flex in this extra deck. Why not put them in? 1 Battle Butler. Never really saw the need for 2, and of course you can recycle it off pranks, so again, this is kind of the same philosophy as Fusion Destiny. I don't really believe in overkill, slim and trim. And then you kind of got your links. We're probably not going to see too much of this anymore, but I don't know. But yeah, the grind of this deck is incredible, and these can be recycled off.
Yeah, you never need more than this because you just put them back every turn.
Yep. So that's the extra side. I'm not going to say it's spicy, but some unconventional picks. I like Kaijus.
But only 2.
It was an awkward room thing, but I probably could have cut a twin, just run 3. It's kind of the same philosophy as Super Poly. How do you respond to this? You really can't. There are kind of niche ways to prevent tributing or summoning, of course. Insane in the mirror, just insane against Brave, all that stuff.
Sword Soul.
Sword Soul. I was actually expecting a lot of Sword Soul matchups. Didn't encounter any. And yeah, this came up once, and when it did, it was really good. It won me a game, I think. I want to say it did. 2 cross out. I actually want to play 3. A 2 will be fine. Does come up, and of course, it's a star in mirror matches.
Anything with Brave even.
Yeah, it's
using it on right is really good.
We got twins. I was just, fearing back row. I don't know. That's kind of an easy mentality to fall into, is really hype up back row decks for an event. But you can't risk saying to hell with it. You gotta have something in there, or you will be caught. And then I wanted really strong traps going first. Great against branded. It can get awkward, of course, with calling fusions when you do it, but I never really had to do that sort of thinking because I never saw it. Solemn was actually really great against Despia. just an extra way to stop things, and kind of protects your board state without having to, lift your finger to use pandemonium or anything. So that is the side. I don't really have too much to say. Really happy with how the day went. Undefeated, but in a really dirty way with those ties. That's okay. Yeah, happy to get a medal. As far as shout outs go, just shout out to the scene. We have a great community, and it's just growing at a pretty rapid rate, I'll say. And really happy with the people we're surrounded by, and everyone's so nice, and we have lots of fun every Saturday playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Shout out to, yeah, of course, Chris, Kevin, Alex, all the nice people who lent me cards for this to be possible. And I'd also like to just have a little inaugural shout out here to Team Rec. We are just starting a YouTube channel, deck profiles, openings, market watches, things like that. Expect to see more content in the future. And that is all. Thank you, guys.
Comment, like, subscribe.